Live from KTTC, your weather authority, this is KTTC News at Noon.
After 3 days of snowfall, now the focus turns from staying safe during the storm to clearing away all that snow. Good afternoon, I'm Jess Abrahamson. At this hour, a winter storm warning is expiring. As in Rochester, we are digging out from just over a foot of snow that has fallen over the last couple of days. We have team coverage starting with meteorologist Ted Schmidt out on the weather patio. Still some snow flying around out there.
There's, light snow, very light stuff, very little additional accumulation happening over the past couple of hours, but it doesn't seem to want to end, really. It's going to be a very slow departure for this storm system and its impacts on the area, but the good news is, we are done pretty much with new shovelable snow, and the wind also not an issue now. The winds really have dropped off in the past couple of hours. So actually since very early this morning, the winds have been less of a factor. But if we look outside with our Lewiston Auto camera, still a gray scene over as clouds go. We have some light snowflakes fluttering around. Here at the studio, just measured quite a bit of snowfall, 12.8 inches now here at KTTC. Very fluffy accumulation, especially in the past 2 or 3 hours. What has been falling has been very fluffy on the backside of the storm system as it moves on to the east. Totals around the area have been anywhere from 5 to 14 inches, even had one report of 16 inches near Zumbrota. 21 right now, the temperature. It feels like the teens. Winds fairly light, though, out of the north, 5 miles per hour. Gusting around 10 at times today, but not nearly as powerful as those winds have been in recent days. 18 right now, the temperature at the airport in Rochester, 20 in Northwood, 23 in Winona, and the wind chill just above zero. It's going to be in that range for the rest of today into tonight, and then as temperatures drop below zero, so will those wind chill indices. Weather Almanac, typical high this time of the year is 30. We may get there by the weekend, but not until then. Sunset coming up at 5:50. And again, so far officially at the airport in Rochester, a little more than 10 inches of snow here at the studio. Almost 13, but looking at some snow showers and flurries this afternoon. Brisk winds, temperatures in the low 20s. Tomorrow even colder, but then the weekend, it's sunnier and a lot warmer. I'll have the latest in your forecast in a few minutes.
Yeah, we're going to be ready for that weekend. Thank you,
Yes.
Ted. Let's get an update on road conditions. Sawyer McElroy is teamed up with her driver, Derek Overland, from our weather department, and she's giving us a look at an improving situation. Hi, Sawyer.
Hi, Jess. Yeah, the roads are so much better out here, at least on Highway 52. You can see both lanes right now. The roads are just wet and definitely looking much better than they were earlier today. We've been on the roads all morning throughout the morning show, and definitely much better than they were. So that's the good thing about what we're seeing. We are still seeing that snow coming down, but the roads are so much better than they have been earlier today. Still maybe some slick spots on some exits, off-ramps, and those county roads that may be the last to be plowed. However, the main highway is looking pretty good out there for this afternoon. So definitely a much improved roads out here. Jess?
And that is some good news. Thank you, Sawyer. Here's what MnDOT is showing for your afternoon travels. Roads are still partially to fully covered in southeast Minnesota. Where you see pink, those are fully covered roads. Blue means partially covered, and we have a bit of green, which would be normal driving conditions. That right there is a stalled vehicle on I-90, if you were curious about that. Let's take a look at the situation in North Iowa. Much better there. You're seeing mostly normal driving conditions at this hour, with just a few roads that are showing up as partially covered. Megan Zempel has been bringing us conditions in Rochester throughout the storm, and she joins us now as people are starting to really dig out.
You know, Jess, I rarely shovel, I admit it, but after this storm, I'm going to have to help out a little bit, just like many other people in our area. With more than 12 inches of snow hitting Rochester, people were up bright and early Thursday cleaning up. From the city with its plows to people with snow blowers and shovels, there was no shortage of people moving the white stuff. And even though RPS has a snow day, brothers Adam and Evan were out digging neighbors out. And they actually have their own business. Between now and Friday, they have 24 houses to clear out.
I love being outside in the outdoors in the snow. It's amazing.
What's your favorite part of it?
I'm It's kind of satisfying, like cleaning up like the snow after the snowblower goes through.
With the snow expected to wrap up sometime this afternoon, as you can see, the work is just beginning. In Rochester, Megan Semple, KTTC.
Megan's work is never done. Good luck with all that shoveling, Megan. During this 3-day local event, law enforcement officers have been busy responding to crashes. In Rochester, police are reporting that from when the snow began falling Tuesday afternoon until 6 o'clock this morning, officers responded to 26 accidents. We're told no one involved in any of the crashes was seriously hurt. The National Guard has been deployed to help rescue stranded drivers in parts of Minnesota. Jonah Kaplan has this story from Owatonna.
The Minnesota National Guard's Small Unit Support Vehicle, or SUSV. It's how soldiers will reach stranded motorists.
There isn't a whole lot that the machine isn't able to get through or climb over.
The back cab can hold up to 10 people. In front, 2 soldiers and room for at least one other first responder. A rescue, though, will take time. The SUSV isn't known for speed.
The average speed, you're going to average around 15 to 20 miles an hour depending on road conditions. Now, once you get into the heavier drifts, you might be going 5 to 10 miles an hour.
But they'll be safe and warm and taken to the armory where staff and volunteers are ready to help.
Food, sleeping area, and then we also like to have games for children.
MnDOT crews have been hard at work clearing snow too, and today we saw them doing their job from a unique perspective. This is video MnDOT shared on social media this morning of what they call team plowing on Highway 52 in Rochester. As always, thanks to the road crews for all they do to keep us safe. Air travelers continue to encounter challenges today. Hundreds of flights out of MSP International Airport have been canceled. As of late morning, MSP was reporting about 240 flights canceled today and about 15 delays. At RST, the 12:15 Sun Country Airlines flight to Green Bay has been canceled, but an American Airlines 2:55 flight to Chicago is listed as being on time. As snow removal continues in downtown Rochester, preparations continue for Social Ice to kick off tomorrow. Ice carvers have been braving the elements to get ready for this. They're working to turn those big blocks of ice into works of art. Some of the carvers tell us this weather is actually perfect for their work because they need it to be cold.
You can see we're working on Elvis here. There's going to be a disco ball, a couple disco balls with roller skates. There's a big Erlenmeyer flask, jukebox, guitar. So yeah, just come down and check it out.
Sounds great. The ice carvers will be working nonstop until these masterpieces are complete. They have until noon tomorrow to get that done because Social Ice is going to kick off at 4. KTTC will be broadcasting live, so stop down and say hi. We would love to see you there. It's going to be a good time. Just in from the NTSB, the likely cause of that toxic train derailment in Ohio. And a television journalist is killed while reporting on a shooting in Florida. So far, 3 lives have been lost in this tragedy. We're going to have the latest on this just ahead.
Held over by popular demand, Hillers Flooring America is having their huge President's Day sale. Presented by Shaw Floors, where great floors begin. What others charge for, Hillers will do for free. Free furniture moving, free carpet take-up and disposal, free pre-measure and estimate and free delivery. Financing available. The President's Day sale is going on now at Hillers Flooring America. Choose Shaw Floors for beautiful flooring that stand up to life at Hillers Flooring America, 2909 South Broadway in Rochester.
Quality. Quality is what we strive for at B&C Plumbing and Heating. With our expert professionals and exceptional quality service, rest assured you're in good hands. Whether it's for plumbing, HVAC, fireplaces, or even new construction. Whether it's commercial or residential, you can count on us. We believe in quality, and you can trust us to do quality work for you. B&C Plumbing and Heating. Give us a call or visit our website, bcplumbingheating.com. Contact us and get your free estimate today.
Cozy up to the ultimate comfort food with Slim's Mac Bowl Meals. Try the Tender Mac Bowl Meal or the Buffalo Tender Mac Bowl Meal. But hurry, they're only around for a limited time. Download the Slim Chickens app to order and earn rewards. Cozy up to the ultimate comfort food with Slim's Mac Bowl Meals. We start with a 3-cheese blend to make our delicious mac and top it with chopped hand-breaded tenders and Colby Jack cheese. Try the Tender Mac Bowl Meal or the Buffalo Tender Mac Bowl Meal, both served with Texas toast and a medium drink. But hurry, they're only around for a limited time. Download the Slim Chickens app to order and earn rewards.
Today, police in Orlando are trying to make sense of an unusual mass shooting. A man accused of killing a 20-year-old woman apparently came back to the crime scene just hours later, gunning down more people, including a news crew and a 9-year-old girl. Guad Venegas is in Orlando with the latest.
Twice in one day, the same Orlando neighborhood, the scene of murder and mayhem. Authorities say a gunman opened fire at the same location just hours apart, killing at least 3 people and leaving 2 others in critical condition. Authorities arrested 19-year-old Keith Melvin Moses, a teen they say had a troubled past.
He has a lengthy criminal history to include gun charges, aggravated battery and assault with a deadly weapon, burglary, and grand theft charges.
Among those killed, Dylan Lyons, a 24-year-old journalist for Spectrum News 13 in Orlando. In a GoFundMe page, his sister writing he was a happy soul and wonderful person, adding he loved his fiancée and was a devoted son to his mother and father. Our Orlando NBC station's coverage emotional.
There are people here who knew that reporter, who his fiance and I were just embracing. This is every reporter's absolutely worst nightmare.
The reporter and photographer were in Pine Hills covering a deadly shooting that happened earlier that day involving a 20-year-old woman who was shot and killed in a vehicle.
He was an acquaintance of the woman.
Just hours later, investigators say the suspect returned to the crime scene and opened fire at the news crew, killing one and critically injuring the other, Jesse Walden, who has been able to speak with investigators and colleagues, according to Spectrum News 13 anchor Greg Angel. Other members of the media jumping in to provide first aid on at least one victim before emergency crews arrived. Deputies say the suspect then went into a nearby home, killing a 9-year-old girl and shooting her mother.
Had no connection to the reporters and no connection to the mother and a 9-year-old.
Spectrum News releasing a statement reading in part, "Our thoughts are with our employees' family, friends, and co-workers during this very difficult time."
That is so tough. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg is in East Palestine, Ohio today as we are learning the likely cause of the derailment there. Just a short time ago, the NTSB revealed that an overheated wheel bearing likely caused the toxic train derailment on February 3rd. Today, Buttigieg is meeting with crews to see the damage firsthand, as well as local residents and first responders. He's also getting the latest from the National Transportation Safety Board. This as residents continue to express frustration and concern over the potential health risks associated with the controlled burn of hazardous materials there. Here's Ted with more on our Thursday.
Very light snow falling right now. Very little additional accumulation headed our way on the very back end of the storm system, the back edge of this. We are looking at improving weather in actually some sunshine and quiet conditions and a nice warm-up. All that's headed our way in the coming days. The latest in your 7-day outlook is coming up after our midday market report.
Cozy up to the ultimate comfort food with Slim's Mac Bowl Meals. Try the Tender Mac Bowl Meal or the Buffalo Tender Mac Bowl Meal. But hurry, they're only around for a limited time. Download the Slim Chickens app to order and earn rewards. Cozy up to the ultimate comfort food with Slim's Mac Bowl Meals. We start with a 3-cheese blend to make our delicious mac and top it with chopped hand-breaded tenders and Colby Jack cheese. Try the Tender Mac Bowl Meal or the Buffalo Tender Mac Bowl Meal, both served with Texas toast and a medium drink. But hurry, they're only around for a limited time. Download the Slim Chickens app to order and earn rewards.
Quality. Quality is what we strive for at BNC Plumbing and Heating. With our expert professionals and exceptional quality service, rest assured you're in good hands. Whether it's for plumbing, HVAC, fireplaces, or even new construction. Whether it's commercial or residential, you can count on us. We believe in quality, and you can trust us to do quality work for you. BNC Plumbing and Heating. Give us a call or visit our website, bcplumbingheating.com. Contact us and get your free estimate today.
Held over by popular demand, Hillers Flooring America is having their huge President's Day sale. Presented by Shaw Floors, where great floors begin. What others charge for, Hillers will do for free. Free furniture moving, free carpet take-up and disposal, free pre-measure and estimate and free delivery. Financing available. The President's Day sale is going on now at Hillers Flooring America. Choose Shaw Floors for beautiful flooring that stand up to life at Hillers Flooring America, 2909 South Broadway in Rochester.
Oh, today is all about digging out. These are some images captured by our chief photographer, Chuck Sibley, this morning all around town as people started to tackle this latest and much larger wave of snow. Of course, this storm system we've been dealing with over 3 days has had multiple waves, and now crews are busy at work clearing it all to the side. And Ted, we're talking about a lot of snow to be moving here. There's going to be a lot of big piles for a while.
A lot of, yeah, absolutely. And at the end of the season here, and it's, well, you know, a lot of people waited a long time for this. They wanted a lot of snow, and ironically enough, and interestingly enough, we waited until almost 3 weeks into the month of February to have even measurable snow at all. Here's time lapse watching kind of the tail end of the storm system, big fluffy flakes falling across the area. That's time lapse from this morning with our Lewiston Auto live camera. Looking at still a few snowflakes falling. We've since sunrise. They've only added about an inch to the whole weather picture here of snowfall, but very fluffy inch. And it continues to fall. We may see as much as another half inch between now and sunset. The snow really does finally come to an end. Some of the totals around the area, we even added one of the highest I've seen so far in the state. Apple Valley reporting 19 inches. We have not had that much, but we do have at least one report that gets close. Zimbrota, Mary called in the 16 inches of snow there. Reed's Landing, 14 inches. Minnesota City, 13.2 inches. Here at the studio, 12.5 inches. Just measured again. It's closer to 12.8 inches. So that the total are more like an hour and a half old. But Viola, 12.3 inches. Spring Valley, almost a foot. And Austin, almost 10 inches. We have snow moving out. We still have some very light activity around those fluffy flakes. Will slowly build up, maybe add another quarter, half inch in some spots in the way of snowfall accumulation. Backside of that storm system in place right now. High pressure comes in. That's going to make for a quieter weekend. We do have one more round of very light snow tomorrow evening. Otherwise, sunshine becomes the dominant force for at least a few days. Less than an inch of snowfall here for the next few hours. to about 3 or 4 o'clock, then just flurries until about 6 or 7 o'clock. So a little minor coating on top of what we've already seen here in Rochester and La Crosse up north, maybe as much as another inch or close to it around Wabasha and up toward Reed's Landing, and also Red Wing and Vesa. Southward, North Iowa, just a trace. They haven't had that much. Most spots in North Iowa are looking at about 2 to 5 inches of snow from the past couple of days. Closer to home, southern Minnesota, much more than that, of course. 18 degrees right now in Rochester, 19 in Austin. It's 21 in Cresco. It does feel a little bit colder with those brisk northwest winds, but nothing like the powerful winds we've had in recent days where we've had blowing snow. Nothing like that happening. 4 is the current wind chill index. Air pressure rapidly rising. Cold air coming in behind the system. We see all the negative numbers still at this hour. And tomorrow we're going to start below zero, make our way barely into double digits. Coldest day of the week overall, but at least a fairly quiet day. 7 below right now in Fargo, 1 below zero in International Falls. For the rest of today, snow showers and flurries. Frigid with clearing skies tonight, then some sunshine a little tomorrow, but a lot more for the weekend as we warm things up. In fact, eventually getting above average with those temperatures. But flurries and snow showers this afternoon with a brisk breeze that slowly lets up this evening. Skies clearing close to midnight, dropping from the teens, eventually sub-zero. The wind chill values approaching 20 below zero range by first thing tomorrow morning, so big change there. Cold but quiet tomorrow morning. Future track, the last of the snow showers moving out over the next 4 or 5 hours. Temperatures falling back to the teens, eventually sub-zero tonight, around 5 or 6 below zero, and then temperatures tomorrow back to the teens we go, with skies finally clearing behind tomorrow night's wave of very light snow in the evening hours. Temperatures in the teens tomorrow with evening snow. We're looking at very minor coating of snowfall. Here's what we're expecting for tomorrow evening from around 6 p.m. until about midnight. Possibility of about ½ inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch of snowfall in a few spots. Temperature-wise, looking better. Saturday mid and upper 20s, Sunday 30s with a lot of sunshine for both days. That'll be kind of nice, exciting change for us. Chance of a wintry mixture, maybe a little icy coating first thing Monday. We're going to keep an eye on that system. Otherwise, another chance of very light snow next Wednesday. And the temperatures in the coming days looking better, more seasonable as we approach the beginning of meteorological spring, which is March 1st, next Wednesday. 20 today with less than a ½ inch of additional snow shower activity. Brisk winds for the northwest. Wind chill just above zero. 6 below zero, decreasing clouds tonight. Then tomorrow some sunshine. A little snow in the evening, but ½ inch or less in most spots. 12 degrees tomorrow. Weekend looks terrific with sunshine and then more 30s ahead for next week, Jess.
The weekend does look good, and maybe a little trip up to Apple Valley and go snowshoeing in those 19 inches of snow.
Yeah, you go there or you stay home, and there's so much to do everywhere if you're into snow. A lot of people are excited about this. Some people are.
Yeah, get out the snowmobile. Thank you, Ted. At just 10 months of age, a little girl in Iowa is already an incredible kid with courage. Caitlin Alexander has her story just ahead.
Cozy up to the ultimate comfort food with Slim's Mac Bowl meals. Try the Tender Mac Bowl meal or the Buffalo Tender Mac Bowl meal. But hurry, they're only around for a limited time. Download the Slim Chickens app to order and earn rewards. Cozy up to the ultimate comfort food with Slim's Mac Bowl meals. We start with a 3-cheese blend to make our delicious mac and top it with chopped hand-breaded tenders and Colby Jack cheese. Try the Tender Mac Bowl meal or the Buffalo Tender Mac Bowl meal, both served with Texas toast and a medium drink. But hurry, they're only around for a limited time. Download the Slim Chickens app to order and earn rewards.
Quality. Quality is what we strive for at B&C Plumbing and Heating. With our expert professionals and exceptional quality service, rest assured you're in good hands. Whether it's for plumbing, HVAC, fireplaces, or even new construction. Whether it's commercial or residential, you can count on us. We believe in quality, and you can trust us to do quality work for you. B&C Plumbing and Heating. Give us a call or visit our website, bcplumbingheating.com. Contact us and get your free estimate today.
February is Heart Month, a time to think about cardiovascular health. Our February Kid with Courage is from Southwest Iowa, but her fight brought her family to Minnesota. She may only be 10 months old, but she has already battled an extremely rare diagnosis, one that could have made her heart fail. Here's Caitlin Alexander with the story.
Where did you go? Harry! There you are! Hi, baby!
Harriet Kendrick is a lot like other 10-month-olds.
She likes to screech and sing.
Just the happiest little girl. She really is.
But medically speaking, Harriet's journey hasn't been anything like other 10-month-olds. In fact, her story involves a procedure that's led to a positive outcome fewer than 10 times in history.
It was absolutely frightening.
Expectant parents Hannah and Josh Kendrick were excited for their 20-week ultrasound, but the scan didn't deliver the clean bill of health they were hoping for. It showed a tumor on Harriet's heart that could make her heart fail.
We held it together really well in the doctor's office, but as soon as we went out into the parking lot, we held each other and we cried.
Yeah, we bawled.
Harriet had what's called a pericardial teratoma. It's extremely rare. According to the Midwest Fetal Care Center, a collaboration between Allina Health and Children's Minnesota, from 2000 to 2020, there were only 55 of them reported in the world. The Kendricks were referred to the Midwest Fetal Care Center in the Twin Cities and met Dr. Joseph Lilligard.
Teratoma was about the size of a thumbnail, and that doesn't sound too terribly big, but for a fetus, that's huge.
Hannah went through 2 scans a week for the rest of her pregnancy, one in Iowa and one in the Twin Cities. That continued until she was 32 weeks along.
Actually had so many ultrasounds by that point that I kind of knew what I was looking at. And as soon as they started the ultrasound, I knew. I saw the fluid around her lungs, under her skin. So knew immediately.
Hannah rushed to the Midwest Fetal Care Center, where Dr. Lilligard and his team prepared to attempt a surgery to debulk the tumor and safely deliver Harriet.
An exit procedure is very similar to a C-section type delivery, except we're going to do significant surgery on the baby while still connected to mom and the placenta.
Surgeons made an incision in Hannah's uterus to expose Harriet's chest. They opened her sternum and removed about 80% of the tumor to give Harriet a chance at surviving birth.
I'm kicking you.
A moment captured on video when Hannah met her little girl, one she'll never forget.
I was elated. I mean, we never knew what the outcome was going to be.
Harriet needed another surgery the night of her birth to complete the resection of her tumor, and then again 2 months later. Doctors will continue to monitor that as she grows. Her parents are also working to wean her off a feeding tube. They say they're so proud of Harriet, her medical team, and this success story, overcoming the odds.
Every time it's done successfully, the odds go up for the next one.
While Harriet may look like just another infant, we know this kid with courage is so much more.
She's the strongest, toughest, least complaining little girl. She's amazing. I wish I was half as strong as she was.
Beautiful family. Hannah and Josh also wish to thank the Ronald McDonald House for giving them a place to stay in the Twin Cities while Harriet was hospitalized for the first few months of her life. Well, perfect for the day, hours after a storm, Howard is cooking up comfort food in the kitchen.
Let me be the first to wish you a happy National Chili Day. No cards or parades, just a pot brimming with all sorts of goodness. Join us right here in the Test Kitchen.
Quality. Quality is what we strive for at B&C Plumbing and Heating. With our expert professionals and exceptional quality service, rest assured you're in good hands. Whether it's for plumbing, HVAC, fireplaces, or even new construction. Whether it's commercial or residential, you can count on us. We believe in quality, and you can trust us to do quality work for you. B&C Plumbing and Heating. Give us a call or visit our website, bcplumbingheating.com. Contact us and get your free estimate today.
Cozy up to the ultimate comfort food with Slim's Mac Bowl Meals. Try the Tender Mac Bowl Meal or the Buffalo Tender Mac Bowl Meal. But hurry, they're only around for a limited time. Download the Slim Chickens app to order and earn rewards.
A few weeks ago, I looked at my calendar as we started laying out recipes for the weeks ahead. I have to tell you, it seems like every other day there's some kind of holiday, whether it's official or not. Everything from Valentine's Day and President's Day to National Cheese Day and Employee Appreciation Day, just to name a few. But one that I really love is National Chili Day. So to celebrate it, I thought I'd share a chili recipe that's always a winner. In a large pot, we saute some ground beef with a couple of chopped onions, some chopped pepper, and garlic. Once the beef is browned and drained, we add a couple cans of crushed tomatoes, tomato sauce, a good amount of chili powder, and a bunch of off-the-shelf spices. Now we'll let this simmer until all the flavors come together. If only cooking for all the holidays was this easy. Serve this up along with your favorite toppings and go to town. To get the recipe, just hop on our website and search for what we call Champion Chili. I know you'll be glad you did. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found an easy one-pot way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
All right, so we didn't hit it right on National Chili Day, but you made chili last week, and I'm going to make some this weekend. So this is perfect chili eating weather.
It certainly would be, absolutely. Yeah, it's something that's really warm and spicy on a cold stretch of weather, because it's actually going to get colder tonight and tomorrow than it will have been in several days. This is the coldest stretch of weather. Things are quieting down, though. That's the silver lining here. And actually, I'm happy to say the sun is peeking through the clouds to the south right now. Big, bright orb in the sky. It's actually blinding out here with all the fresh snow cover. Very bright. But here's the current scene from downtown Rochester. That's our Lewis did auto camera. Watching the snow edge its way out of here. Very sparse light activity. And what's happening here on the weather patio is just a handful of big, fluffy flakes still falling. Look for additional accumulation of maybe up to half an inch today, but really not much more. And yeah, we're even getting some bonus sunshine on the backside of that storm system. It's 21 degrees right now at the studio. The sun maybe trying to warm us up another degree. Who knows? Winds fairly light from the north, so it feels like it's 17. It's mainly close to 20 across the map. Rochester 18, 23 in Rushford, and 19 in Mason City. And the wind chill just above zero with those chilly north and northwest winds, but no blowing snow, at least concern at this point. Snow showers today and some flurries until maybe early evening, but not much of the way of additional accumulation. 20 the afternoon high temperature. Ted's Trivia: brass is an alloy of copper and what other metal? It's one of those four options below, and I'll have that answer coming up in a few minutes, Jess.
Thank you, Ted. We'll see you in a bit.
Okay.
Restaurants are getting in on the subscription game. First, if this week's weather has you ready to make a break for somewhere south, we're going to get tips on getting airfare at a decent price, because a lot of the fares out there right now are very expensive. I'll be right back.
Cozy up to the ultimate comfort food with Slim's Mac Bowl Meals. Try the Tender Mac Bowl Meal or the Buffalo Tender Mac Bowl Meal. But hurry, they're only around for a limited time. Download the Slim Chickens app to order and earn rewards.
If you've looked at flights lately ahead of spring break and summer travel, you may have been shocked with travel demand sky high. Prices are too. Cole Higgins has a look at how to save on airfare.
If you're trying to plan your next getaway and are looking for flights, heads up.
Travelers are going to experience true sticker shock if they're booking travel this spring or summer.
Haley Berg, the lead economist at mobile travel app Hopper, says U.S. domestic fares are about 20% higher than they were this time last year.
That said, airfare is only about 5% more expensive than what you would have paid pre-pandemic.
And that's the good news.
International travel right now is more expensive than it has been in years.
Demand is soaring for travel to the Asia-Pacific region, the last to open to international visitors. Asia airfares are about 50% higher compared to 2019, and prices are up in other regions too.
Airfare to Europe up 15%, airfare to Mexico and Central America up 30%.
So how can you possibly save money on flights? One, Berg says be flexible on when and where you fly.
If you're headed to an international destination, flying on a Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday can save you about $150 per ticket off of weekend prices. Same goes with the destination you're flying to. Oftentimes, we see airfare under $400 or $500 to Portugal. It's a great gateway country that gives you access to more regional and cheaper flights throughout Europe.
2, monitor the price of a trip through an app and you'll be notified when it's the right time to book. Lastly, consider delaying vacations until the shoulder season.
September and October, you can save as much as 30% off some of those peak summer prices.
For Consumer Watch, I'm Cole Higgins.
Oh, that beach video looked very enticing. If you've had trouble finding pre-made salads at the grocery store lately, you're not alone. Dole had to temporarily shut down production plants in North America 2 weeks ago. That was due to a cyber attack. A source says it was a ransomware attack. It's not exactly known how long production was halted. Ransomware attacks have been targeting the food and agriculture sector for the last 2 years. National Public Radio is going to be laying off about 10% of its workforce next month. A memo from its CEO says the network is projecting a $30 million budget shortfall. He says reducing expenses has helped with about half of that, but it is not enough. According to a spokesperson, NPR is eliminating roughly 100 positions to cover the gap. The public broadcaster is the latest media outlet to make cuts amid a dramatic slowdown in advertising. There are a lot of different kinds of milk on grocery store shelves, and the FDA is putting out new guidelines when it comes to those that are plant-based. Here's our Ag Day Minute.
I'm Clinton Griffiths with today's Ag Day Minute. You've heard of plant-based milk. Now the government is getting involved in how it should be labeled. The FDA putting out a draft of labeling recommendations. Now, it recommends plant-based milk alternatives that use the term milk in their names, but are made up of different nutrients than milk, include a voluntary nutrient statement about how the products compare to traditional milk. Now, it says, for example, the label could say, quote, contains lower amounts of vitamin D and calcium than milk. The National Milk Producers Federation calling the draft a first step, but limited progress against what it calls fake dairy beverages. Now, we pay subscription fees for streaming services, pet food, even toilet paper. Now, some restaurants are getting in on the act. Large chains like Panera and P.F. Chang's are experimenting with the subscription model as a way to ensure steady revenue and customer visits. Some offer unlimited drinks or free delivery for a monthly fee. Others will bring out your favorite appetizer each time you visit. For more Ag News, watch Ag Day weekdays on this station or anytime at agweb.com.
Cozy up to the ultimate comfort food with Slim's Mac Bowl Meals. Try the Tender Mac Bowl Meal or the Buffalo Tender Mac Bowl Meal. But hurry, they're only around for a limited time. Download the Slim Chickens app to order and earn rewards.
Sometimes you just have to have a little fun with all of this snow. And Ted, your wife was doing some unique snow measuring with the help of your dogs.
Yeah, that's right. She took a picture. Maybe I'll show this tomorrow morning when I get a chance to upload the picture. But a picture of Ellie and Wrigley. Ellie, my collie, and she said the snow bank in front of our house is now 1.5 collies tall.
Okay.
So she measured it with Ellie next to it. But yes, it is that kind of day. We are wrapping up the snow, and we still have a few flakes around. A little sunshine peeking through. It is blinding outside. I was on the weather patio with all that fresh snow cover. It's very white, and then the brightness of the sun right in my eyes. I was like, wow, this is intense, but in a good way, because it's nice to have something peaceful for a while. And as far as intensity goes with our weather, now looking at some snowflakes around the area, some patches of blue in some of the clouds, some of the layers of cloud cover giving way to some sunshine right now on the back edge of the storm system. That's some of our Lewiston Auto live cameras around the area. Even if you look further afield to the north, you see some really impressive amounts, especially north of Rochester. Apple Valley toward the Twin Cities. 19 inches of snow in this storm total for the past 48 hours. Zimbrota, 16 inches. Mary from Zimbrota, one of our viewers, sent in that total. Minnesota City, a little more than 13 inches. Viola, 12.3 inches. Here at the studio, 12.8 inches, nearly 13. At the airport, at last check, now this is a few hours ago, the airport in Rochester, officially 10.1 inches. I suspect that number is going to climb because we've had some snow since sunrise, but that's the latest number that they have officially sent in. Snow moving out. We still have a couple of lingering snow showers and flurries ahead of us for the rest of today, but very little, if any, additional accumulation. It is fluffy snow, so it may build up just a little bit, but that's what we're facing later today on the backside of that departing storm system. Then, yeah, already seeing some peaks of sunshine. In coming days will be quieter with high pressure settling in. Less than an inch of snow for the next few hours until about 3 or 4 o'clock, then flurries until about sunset. Less than half an inch in any case across most of the map. North Iowa, trace amount. So just a minor coating at most later today. Temperatures around 20. It's 19 at the Rochester Airport, 20 in Preston, Mason City 19. We'll make our way to about 20 for a high temperature today in Rochester. It's 19 right now, not far from it. A brisk northwest breeze, not strong enough to cause blowing snow. That's not a concern now, but it does make it feel like it's 5. Air pressure rapidly rising behind the storm system. Teens and 20s in the upper Mississippi Valley, but looking to the west, it is cold, and that cold air is headed for us for about a day, though. It's 7 below in Minot. 1 below 0 in International Falls. We, too, will find ourselves below 0 later tonight. A frigid Thursday night. Tomorrow morning, starting off around 6 below 0. Make our way to the teens for highs. But then the warmth and the sun really taking over for the weekend. Some flurries and snow showers for a while. Gradual clearing this evening, dropping to the single digits and eventually sub-0 later tonight. And the wind chill values 10 to 20 below 0 after midnight by tomorrow morning. So keep that in mind first thing Friday as you head out to the bus stop and you get back to school after this 2-day respite, at least for many of the kids that's been the case. Snow moving out in the flurries. We'll see gradual clearing, dropping sub-0 tonight. And then cold sunshine, eventually a couple snow showers move into the area. That's going to happen mainly tomorrow evening after about 6 o'clock. Look for a minor coating of maybe half inch or less of snow. But temperatures tomorrow in the teens. For high temperatures, it's only going to feel like it's 0 or close to it throughout the day as we have a light breeze but very cold temperatures, increasing cloud cover tomorrow with that evening snow. Here's what we're facing for snowfall tomorrow night. Numbers looking very sparse, scant amount of snow, half inch or less. Nothing compared to what we've just experienced in the past 2 days. 20s on Saturday, a lot of sun, even more sunshine, even less wind on Sunday, mid and upper 30s. 34 in Rochester, 37 in Wabasha. And then we're looking at the possibility of a wintry mixture late Sunday night and Monday. There's a chance we'll see some freezing rain or some sleet that changes to rain and perhaps even some very light snow by evening. A complex storm system, a lot of moisture with that one, so a fair amount of rain and warmer weather in that time frame as will be close to or above the freezing mark, above the seasonal average in some cases as we approach March next week. 20 degrees today, brisk winds, some snow showers, less than half an inch of snowfall. Northwest winds 10 to 20 miles per hour, 6 below 0 tonight, decreasing clouds and a light breeze. And tomorrow, light winds, some sun, then some evening snow, but less than an inch, less than half an inch, in fact, at this point. 12 the high, weekend looking bright and cheery. Then mostly 30s for highs as we approach the beginning of meteorological spring and March, in the middle of next week. Ted's trivia, brass is an alloy of copper and what other metal?
Okay, how about, I'm going to go, I don't know, Ted. I'm going to go with zinc. See?
It is zinc. Jess, you know your metallurgy. You clearly have a skill that we didn't know about, but you know your stuff. Good job.
Thank you. Thanks, Ted. Tomorrow, it's going to be 1 year since Putin's invasion of Ukraine. Today, there are new threats from him as the refugee crisis is ongoing. The latest next.
Cozy up to the ultimate comfort food with Slim's Mac Bowl meals. Try the Tender Mac Bowl meal or the Buffalo Tender Mac Bowl meal. But hurry, they're only around for a limited time. Download the Slim Chickens app to order and earn rewards.
Este eléctrico se siente distinto, porque su energía viene de la fuente más potente que hay. Tú. Esto es Lexus electrificado. Inspirado, creado e impulsado por ti.
It's the eve of the 1 year anniversary of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Millions of families were forced from their homes by the war, and the refugee crisis is ongoing. NBC's Jay Gray reports from the Polish-Ukrainian border.
Well, tomorrow marks a full year since the Russian invasion of Ukraine. And as the war started, so many hundreds of thousands of Ukrainian refugees boarded trains like this train, the one that comes in from Ukraine, bringing them here to Przemyśl Station, where they could then transfer and continue to try and find a place to be safe, a place to live. 20,000 refugees continue to stream into Poland every day, and there's concern that that's going to increase, that we'll see the numbers go up in the coming months because there is a big concern that the war is going to escalate. We are hearing from Vladimir Putin in Russia today, again saying that nuclear weapons could be an option at some point in this fight. We are hearing from military analysts that they do expect tomorrow to see more missiles in the air, a real escalation of the fighting on the ground as, again, we mark a year since the invasion. The U.S. and President Biden, of course, here for 4 days earlier in the week, promising to continue support for the Ukrainians, promising that he and the other NATO allies will be united in backing the Ukrainians as this war extends into its second year. That's the latest from here at Przemyśl Station in Poland. I'm Jay Gray. Now back to you.
I'm sure we'll have more on that tomorrow. Need some musical inspiration for all your snow removal? We're going to tell you about Spotify's latest project with a little help from artificial intelligence. That's next.
Cozy up to the ultimate comfort food with Slim's Mac Bowl meals. Try the Tender Mac Bowl meal or the Buffalo Tender Mac Bowl meal. But hurry, they're only around for a limited time. Download the Slim Chickens app to order and earn rewards.
Spotify is planning to make its curated playlists more personal. The company is rolling out a personalized voice DJ to announce its songs and offer other color. Spotify has long made music suggestions for listeners. The difference is now it's introducing an artificially intelligent disc jockey to mimic listening to terrestrial radio. It comes on the heels of an AI software like ChatGPT making waves in the other sectors. Spotify's newest offering is powered by its acquisition of AI voice platform Sonotic, and it's only available to premium subscribers for now. We'll see. There you go, Ted.
Casey Kasem, maybe.
Yeah. Enjoy your day.
Cozy up to the ultimate comfort food with Slim's Mac Bowl Meals. Try the Tender Mac Bowl Meal or the Buffalo Tender Mac Bowl Meal. But hurry, they're only around for a limited time. Download the Slim Chickens app to order and earn rewards.